why is society overly feminized?
Well, I didn't ever say that society was overly feminized. So if we're going to discuss my views, we should use my actual words. I believe that there's a danger in our society at the moment of making the assumption that our culture, for example, is a tyrannical patriarchy, which it is in some small part, and that any active engagement on the part of young men in particular is indistinguishable from an unacceptable power and dominance drive, which I don't believe.
But surely
all of that is inappropriate and incorrect.
If much of the power and authority over a very long historical period has lain with men, isn't it only inevitable that some men will get a little hacked off when women are given a stab at something approaching?
Yeah, nobody cares, bro. As long as you can do the job better, nobody gives a fuck if you're a man or a woman. Anthony, pull up the Secretary of Defense of Russia. Pull up an image of the Secretary of Defense of Russia versus the Secretary of Defense of like Norway or these Scandinavian countries. I'm gonna show you guys what this means.
Some men will get a little hacked off when women are given a stab at something approaching equality.
Well, that could be inevitable, but that doesn't make it right, and it's certainly not something that I support. So
So you think men's resentment is more important than women's effort to attain equality?
I'm not in favor of resentment at all. I think that if you're resentful, something's definitely wrong. Either you need to grow the hell up and take stock of your life, or you have some things to say to people that you haven't been saying.
You say science undoubtedly shows us that men and women have different traits, and there's a lot of science to back you up on that. But you say that because of that, men are hardwired to achieve success and to be successful in a way that women are not.
No, not at all. I've never said anything like that. I've said that there are biological differences.
And that's what they do. They try to put words in your mouth that aren't true. They try to skew your train of thought, when in reality, the points are very straightforward and very simple. Check this out, guys. Look at this. This is the military defense ministers of Sweden, Norway, the Netherlands, and Germany. Here you have the defense minister of Russia. Who are you voting on? These countries hate each other. They're going to war. Who are you voting for? Are you voting for Vlad down south? Are you voting for the girls up top? If I hear any girls say that they would vote for the girls, you must be tripping, bro. Look at this man, bro. This man has seen some crazy ass shit. This man's out here in the fucking cold, bro, in Siberia, just going like absolutely nuts, bro. He's going crazy. Who do you vote for? Bro? So no, there is this idea of equality ain't the same, bro. It ain't the same. Who you voting for? I know who I'm putting my money on, bro, and look at this shit. Shout out Vlad. Vlad's a hard motherfucker, bro. These girls have never seen war a day in their life. The moment Vlad says, fuck them bitches, I'm taking over. And he takes over, bro. He takes over. That's the name of the game.
Differences between men and women that express themselves in temperament and in occupational choice, and that any attempt to enforce equality of outcome is unwarranted and ill-advised as a consequence.
And
it's impossible. It's impossible to guarantee equality of outcome because there's so many more variables than just gender and opportunity. There's so many more variables that one can't take into account, bro. That's just the name of the game. All right, guys, for the people that are in chat today, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.
To enforce equality of outcome is unwarranted and ill-advised as a consequence.
And yet some of the most successful societies, judged on contentment indices or indeed material success, are those, for example, in Scandinavia.
Where the temperamental differences between men and women are larger than they are in any other society.
Well, so you point out that in Scandinavia many more women choose to be health workers than engineers, for example.
It's not what I say, it's what the large-scale scientific investigation has revealed.
Fair enough. But equally, Scandinavia is full of societies, one could point to Norway, where they've made a specific legislative effort, for example, with a quota of 40% of women on corporate boards or a quota for women to be in parliament. Right. They've specifically engaged in social engineering, and it seems to be working, and it seems to
Doesn't seem to be working particularly.
Forgive me, but Norway is top of every...
Chat, is it working? Is it working, chat? If Vlad pulls up, is this shit working?
Contentment index that we see across the world.
Well, okay, so first of all, Norway has plenty of oil money, which is definitely contributing to that. And second, it depends on what you mean by working. There's no evidence, for example, that the legislation that was designed to increase the number of women on boards has produced any movement whatsoever in the number of women who hold managerial and administrative positions in Norway. The theory was that as societies became more egalitarian, that men and women would become more the same. But that isn't what's happened. What's happened is the biggest differences between men and women now, temperamentally and in terms of their own interest, have manifested themselves in the Scandinavian countries. And so what that will mean is that men and women will make different choices in occupation if you let them have free choice. Now, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to stop that from happening? Is that the feminist perspective?
Let's get back to a word I used before and ask.
And he didn't answer the question. He just, right, the logic. You can't answer, you can't fight with logic.
More the same. But that isn't what's happened. What's happened is the biggest differences between men and women now, temperamentally and in terms of their own interest, have manifested themselves in the Scandinavian countries. And so what that will mean is that men and women will make different choices in occupation if you let them have free choice.
Yeah, so when you social engineer everything, you require by law that this has to happen because you have a vagina, or that this has to happen because you have a penis, or because you're a man, because you're a woman, X, Y, and Z. Now you're social engineering the entire infrastructure of humanity, and things aren't normal, right? This is what Jordan is basically talking about.
Now, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to stop that from happening? Is that the feminist perspective?
Let's get back to a word I used before and ask you directly. Do you approve of, do you think it's a dangerous word, equality? This word equality.
I approve of equality of opportunity, but I think that equality of outcome considerations are detestable and dangerous beyond belief.
The only thing
That's facts. That's facts. The idea of equality, right? So if you give both individuals, you know, first of all, even the equality of opportunity is very difficult, right? So I advocate for it. I think everybody should have the opportunity to be and do whatever it is that they want to do. But the problem is that it's very difficult because there's so many variables and so many scenarios to take into account that this idea of it being like a 1, 2, 3 type thing is not realistic, right? You need variety. This is how the world works, and this idea of social engineering everything into submission and controlling every aspect of people's lives is an issue, right? And then is you want to control the outcome. Just like they're trying to control the WNBA, right? The WNBA and women getting paid more. Dude, mention one fucking WNBA player, bro. Mention one. I'll tell you, bro. I went to a conference and they have like all these crazy speakers. They had all these crazy speakers. And then as soon as a WNBA player hops on stage to talk, which nobody knew who she was, everybody gets up and leaves, right? So she can't sell more tickets. If she was to play in the NBA, she'd get trashed. She'd get smoked. She probably wouldn't even make it. And then somehow they want to get paid more when they're not making more money. They're not generating more revenue. And that's the fallacy here, right? Is they want one thing, but they're not willing to understand that the world doesn't really work that way. The world doesn't cave to your little bullshit. You need to be flexible because the world is flexible. It's the survival of the fittest. That's the name of the game. We went from survival of the fittest to just focusing on the survival of the weakest, and that's why our society is an absolute shithole.